I should put my headset on when I'm talking to people, shouldn't I? So I can hear.
How are you?
Oh dear. How have you been?
Yeah. Oh, so busy, Fred. So busy. Yeah, just lots of things that I'm up to. So yeah.
Yeah, I read your post. So you had a big day today.
Yeah. That was yesterday. I had the training day.
Okay.
Then I was in Sydney last Monday. Yeah. For a premier's dinner. So I had to travel down to Sydney and yes, it was a long day. Finished after 10 o'clock, so at night.
Yeah, it does. It seems to the days go so quick as well, you know.
Yeah, that's true. And then you're going from one thing to another. Then you're doing the early morning, Zoom meetings and things like that. And then I'm also doing the sales classes. So yeah. And then I also got other projects that I'm working on at the moment. So
What kind of other projects have you got on at the moment?
I've been working with working on getting like webinars done, like marketing, but doing webinars so I can do Facebook advertising, but do live webinars. So I've been working with someone on that course. So yeah, online marketing sort of thing.
And what's the webinars going to be about?
I'll talk about safety and then give basically offer people, some online program.
For what? For your training?
For my business, yeah.
Yeah.
For my
yeah.
business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good way to go. I mean, it's like, because if you get online, like you can teach a room of people at the same time you can teach one. So,
Yeah, and the thing is also sometimes some people, time wise, it means you reach those that maybe, they can't get online for that live meeting at those certain times.
Yep.
So it means at least if they got the program, they can actually watch it when they got their own time. So.
Yeah, and if it's recorded, they can go back and, like, if they're not watching it live, they can go back and watch it. G'day, Ray.
Exactly.
G'day, boys and girls. How are you?
Hello, Ray.
Good, mate.
Another day in paradise over here. It was 22 degrees today, and it pissed down with rain yesterday and was cold. So a good contrast, But,
yeah, we had a bit of sun yesterday, and then today it's raining again. So a bit of reprieve.
Yeah, we had rain yesterday and a little bit today, not a lot. So it was pretty mild here today. Not even sure what it got to. It must have been about 24, 25. Wasn't much more.
Yeah.
I was looking for somebody to blame, but I couldn't find anyone. Al Gore was in the States. Greta was back in Sweden. So
dear. So you're getting your website sorted out, Ray?
Yeah. I had a good little play, with it, and so I'm now working on. I want to get all those pages transferred off the Now site.
Yep.
So that's the next step, and then I can start to get creative, is what they say,
So it's pretty intuitive, isn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was from there, and with Faith, we're just setting up WordPress, for building the sites with the help of Fred and friendly guidance. No doubt it'll cost me a couple of cans of Victorian bitter when I get across there somewhere.
Oh, that would be a good one. A wine in your mind. It's a wine man, is it?
But I had a bottle of stout tonight with one of my traveling neighbors, I met today. So we had a good yarn. He's about in our age group, and so we had a hell of a lot in common. It was quite good to have it sit down and switch off and have a yarn and shoot the breeze and lie to one another. It was really cool.
So whose stout did you have?
One. I just had a
Cooper's. What brand? Cooper's. Okay.
Cooper's, out of Cooper's, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that wasn't bad. It's an enjoyable drink, you know. You just need one, just one now and then on a hot day. And but it was, I had a good stout in Oamaru, which is a little bit further north from where I am, and that was like silk. It was as smooth as silk, was just lovely,
And was that a different brand, yeah?
That was a different brand. That was from a brewery inside a pub, and called Scott's Breweries in Oamaru, and they make a porter dark ale with no chemicals in it.
Wow.
And that's lovely to drink,
Mm.
I got a weird message up. It says EW Gaines call recorder entered the waiting room. So I don't know what call recorder is. I might let him in and see what happens. I might have to kick him out. I don't know what it is.
So how you going, Faith?
Yeah, good. Otherwise, Ray, I've been pretty busy this last 2 weeks, just extra stuff going on.
Who's hiding behind the EWA banner?
Okay.
Just trying to find out who that is.
Hmm.
You want to unmute yourself or whatever?
It could be a spy.
Yeah, well, if they don't answer quickly, they'll get kicked out.
Sometimes Zoom is a bit slow coming on.
No, don't know who they are, and call recorder doesn't do it for me, so they're gone. I just removed them. In fact, they had the word call recorder in their message, kind of sounded a bit weird.
Yeah, because they said you are what do they call them again when they come into Zoom, like hackers as well? So.
Yeah, yep.
Hmm.
Do you guys know Debbie Miller?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I just she's her Instagram has been hacked. Anyway, so the hacker contacted me today. Anyway, I just said hi, how are you? And then they come back, and I just led them on, and then I was offered something from the FDA, home and housing, $100,000 US, So
Yep.
So I said, yeah, I have heard of it. Yeah, I heard it from another scammer 2 weeks ago.
Hi, Soren. We're just waiting on a few more people to come in. Just shooting the general breeze at the moment.
Sounds good, mate. Sounds good. Ray, good to see you, buddy.
How
Long
are
time
you?
no see.
What are you doing there? My past is catching up on me, Fred.
I'm alive and kicking, baby. I'm alive and kicking. How are you?
So both of you know each other, right?
I'm like
Yeah,
Jack
from
Nicholson.
Auckland.
I'm like Jack Nicholson, so as good as it gets. As good as it gets. Yeah. Where are you based?
Really,
where are you based these days?
in Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
In
So
the
I
lucky country.
moved to Sydney. Hang on, let me just get the volume up. I moved to Sydney about 6 years ago. Yeah, so I moved in 2016, and then moved to Melbourne about 3.5 years ago. So
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew you'd gone to Fiji, and
nah.
that was the last I'd heard of you.
Yeah, no. I was planning to visit Fiji, but we never got around that holiday.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't do that, but definitely went back to Mumbai and spent some time there, and went with the family. Caught up with I went the last time I went was about 3.5 years ago, actually, when Dad was turning 75. Decided to drop in and give him a surprise visit for his birthday and surprise Mum and everybody. It was really cool, and that was the last time I got to see them, and haven't gone back since. So it'll be fun now. In fact, now they want to come over. They're like, "Oh, we want to come down. That'll be good." I'm like, "Yeah, you guys got to make a plan, so it'll be good."
Yeah. Awesome. So have you got yourself all married off and done and dusted?
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know if you know, but I was married before, and then I ended that marriage, and then I'm married now, spiritually married, and we've got a little baby on the way, literally about 11 weeks away. So it's really exciting.
So you're trying to figure out how that happened.
I think that's going to take a whole life, right? A whole
gotta be-
lifetime.
It's got to be her fault. Okay, bloody hell. That's good. Yeah, good. It's good to see you again. Yeah,
Yeah, good to
awesome.
see you too. Yeah, good to
Yeah.
see you. Yeah, very pleasant. What a small world, huh? What a small
Yeah,
world.
well, I got out of Auckland a couple of years ago. I sold up, and I'm sitting down in Balclutha.
Yeah, wow.
I got a 4-wheel drive and a caravan, so I'm touring around following the sun.
Oh my gosh, damn. Take me along with you. Honestly, that's so good.
You should be like Fred with the grey nomads, you know, and a caravan and a 4-wheel drive, a laptop and a mobile phone and a bit of Wi-Fi here and there.
Mate, you got colour in your hair. I don't. What's going on here?
What's your diet, mate? Oh, I know what it is, vitality.
Yeah, the Grey Nomads and Aussies are a big organisation, you know.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. There you go, Fred. You got to
you'll get there, Sohan, when your hair gets grey. You know?
I reckon I will. Yeah. My mates are going, oh, you already started to grey. You know, I'm like, yeah, that's right. I'm just trying to keep up a little bit, you know. Fine, good to meet you,
yeah.
I'm just checking with a few people that said they were coming in, trying to
Okay.
get where are they? So give me a couple of seconds, guys.
That's cool. That's cool. No worries. While you're doing that, I'll just go nature's break and I'll be back in a tick.
Okay. Small world, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had about 10 people saying they were coming, and so maybe they'll come in a bit later. But it's not reasonable for the people to turn up on time to delay. So a little bit of an issue.
It takes so long to get onto Zoom, depending on what time of night and things like that.
So do you have issue actually logging in? Yeah.
You can have issues. I mean, I've had quite a few issues. Sometimes I'm there for 15 minutes or so, still trying to get in. So
yeah. So what times do you prefer to jump on Zoom meetings? Morning, midday, afternoons? What's best for you, Faye?
Yeah, generally, I mean, the very early morning ones are good because, I mean, I've already got 1, 2, 3, which is, yeah, so the morning ones are good because then I get to do those, and then I got the rest of the day to do my work.
Yeah.
And of course, it's obviously office hours and things. So my clients are contacting me and I'm contacting them, etc. So yeah, so this far so the morning were okay. The evenings just depends because I'm also on a board. So I'm a president of a board. So sometimes there's, certain events I have to attend to or things like that. So it's very, it's not like I can't really say it's consistent that I can attend certain events.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a feel for it at the moment of what's reasonable times to have meetings. Like I've created another one now on Thursday at noon.
Okay.
So we'll see what the turnout is for that. But
for me, I think it like now, because I've got all the early morning ones booked in, maybe it would be an evening one. But then again, it just depends if there's other events. So they come up. So yeah. Because as you're saying, if it's noon, sometimes, you're busy working with clients during that time. So sometimes clients are desperate. They want something done.
That's right.
Fred, who was that person that you blocked from coming on?
It was a recording. So it's just got, it said EG recording.
That EWA, was that EWA?
Now.
That was probably mine. That was probably my minute taker bot.
Your minute taker bot.
So it's
it's called a minute taker. Yeah. You guys have to get access to that. That's so good.
Have a look in the chat. Have a look in the chat now.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, but he's gone.
By Grain.
Yeah, he's gone. I removed it.
Yeah, that would have been my my minute taker bot.
Mate, you got to stop hacking. You just got to stop hacking. It's it's
You're frozen now.
So was that it? So that's genuinely it. It's got EWA going.
You're freezing.
Oh, was that yours? You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
EWA. So EWA is my company, Epic Wealth Academy. And I'm actually going to change the label. I'm going to change the label of that and write Sohan and Vass's PA or minute taker. So that way it's easier if it does get in at least. But I thought of doing that initially, but we're like, if situations like this occur where it jumps in, because it jumps in right on the minute of the meeting, right?
Yep.
So if the situations where we're not in yet and that's in, and someone starts trying to talk to it, they're not going to get an answer because it's just a recording bot and it just records the video and the minutes of the meeting.
Yeah, no, I just flicked it. It's gone. Never
That's
to be
cool.
seen. Never to be seen again.
watch what
Well,
happens.
welcome, David. Good to
You'll
see
see
you,
the
buddy.
magic. You'll see what happens.
Hi, Fred. How are you going?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm not sure how many more people we're going to get in. We've had lots of promises, but hang on. That's your bloody bot again. That can go away. No, remove that. That's gone.
There you go. It keeps popping.
But I won't report it. I'll let you off the hook.
There you go. That's it.
Yeah, no, that's a little bit intrusive, I think, from me.
Yeah.
So-
I know exactly. Yeah. Well, I'll share with you a really cool hack that you can use for your trainings and stuff. I've been seeing some of your work you're doing. You're gonna like that.
Okay,
tool.
cool. All right, so we've got a few people here. So welcome, Lucia. Good to see you again.
Hey, Fred, how you doing? Hi, David.
Hi, Lucia. Haven't seen you since the swap days.
Gosh, it's been a long time since I've seen you, David.
Quite a while. I normally live in both cities, both countries, Sydney and Melbourne. But I will be flying to Melbourne later this month to run some events with my social group down there. So I do regularly appear there, yes.
Okay, apologies too, guys. I run a training on a Tuesday night from 7 till 8, so it just went a little over time. So my apologies.
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to get good help, isn't it?
Thanks for your understanding, Fred.
No problem. All right, guys, what I want to do is I just want to give you a little bit of update of what's happening behind the scenes, because actually what I'll do is I'll bring up the, where have I got it? I had it here somewhere before. Yeah, I'll bring up the slideshow and I do a quick one through just for David and Sohan's benefit, because they're not aware of what the community is all about. So I'll just do a quick run through on that. So if you can pin my, rather than share the screen, if you can pin my screen in case somebody else chimes in, or if everybody else mutes, then it means that, and if you go to speaker view, it'll actually show what's on the screen, which makes it nice and easy. So the 2022 Community Networking Group. The whole thing about networking groups is people want to know, well, what's in it for me? Why should I join a networking group? And the whole, excuse me, the whole thing about networking groups and what's inside ours is going to be subtly different, because there's a few things happening in the background that's going to, give it that unique selling proposition, if you will. So it'll help us get there. First off, there's a closed Facebook group, and then that's a free Facebook group that people can join. And that's really my lead into the paid networking environment. What the paid group is all about, it's about weekly networking meetings. Now, up until last week, we had one meeting. Since last week, I've actually instigated two more. So there's this meeting, which is on a Tuesday night. We've got the original meeting, which is lunchtime on Wednesday. And now we've got another meeting on lunchtime, which is noon on Thursday as well. There's a closed members, and I'll flick myself off the screen. Just give me 2 seconds, guys. Just take myself off the screen so you can see the full screen. So there's a closed membership site, which is part of the membership contribution, and that gives you access to a resource library. Now that resource library is growing daily with training videos, cheat sheets, helps, all that kind of stuff in there that's going to help local businesses. There's also a members directory, and I'll actually go through that in more detail in a moment and show you what's happening inside that the members directory within the actual website. There's also an online publicly available international business directory where you can post your details. And there's a couple of benefits there. Obviously, when you post your details out there, it gets seen to the wider world. But there's also an SEO component there because it ends up you're getting an extra backlink back to your website, which Google obviously loves. We're planning on a monthly mastermind, which I'm just working out the structure, and I'm trying to come to terms with what's the difference between a monthly mastermind and a meeting like this. So I've got to just work out the subtle differences in there. And once I do that, then we'll launch the monthly mastermind. When you join and you pay your first payment, you also get a 30-minute strategy call with me. And most people think that's priceless, and I tend to agree. So that's the thing. Now, a little bit of the history, and I keep putting my mouse on the wrong screen. So the history, how did all this start? Well, last year I started a Facebook group called the 2021 Community, and it was actually based on, I was in another networking meeting, and a lady in there, Misty Henkel, actually promoted her services for, because the year was 2021, for $20.21 as a gimmick. And I liked the sound of that. So I immediately launched the 2021 Community Facebook group. That has now grown into the 2022 Community Networking Project, because I felt that people wanted that little bit more. It wasn't just a networking group for chatting and passing on details, and hence the networking meetings. I also felt that even that may not be enough for what people want. And so we created the membership website and put the resource library in there, which is growing. And over time, there will be more add-ons coming in. So my mission with this is to add as much value to the members as I possibly can. And there won't be any increase in fees or charges. And for those that are not aware, but the cost of the membership is, I'll skip past that one because we all know why you should join memberships, but how much does it cost? Well, it actually costs $20.22. And because we're in March, that's $20.22 per month. And you will be grandfathered in at that level should you decide to join. If you decide to wait till next month, it will be $20.22 per fortnight. And if you decide to wait till May to join, it will be $20.22 per week. And that's the standard rate that's going to continue. So, but now if you decide, or you know somebody wants to get in at the special offer and they pay $22.22, they're grandfathered in at that level for life. It will never change. And that will be a monthly subscription. So that's really the history of what I want to talk about. Now, the other thing I want to explain about is what's happening inside the members area. So we've obviously got join the free Facebook group on the website. There's the prices that are going to kick in on May 1, which are on the website. And then we've got the soft launch, which I just spoke about, which is the monthly subscription level that's available today. There's a join button there. There's also a guest pass. So if you decide you want to invite somebody, you just tell them to go to the website and click on the guest pass, and they'll be taken to the links that will give them access to all the meetings. So they're entitled to come to 2 meetings before they make a decision. So that's just the basic rule. Now, the other thing that what's happening in the background, when you go to the website, we've actually got the members directory up here. And I won't talk about the vault, which is the repository tonight, but the members directory are where things are changing. And what I've done is I've actually just created pretty much a mock-up at the moment because I'm waiting on information from various people. And this is how the directory is going to look. So you'll always have a picture, you'll have a description about you and your business. So your name, what you do, your email address, your phone number. In the box over here, you'll have a brief description of what you actually serve. And the point of difference about this networking is I want to encourage everybody to produce a sales video. So you put up a sales video talking about who you are, what you do, who you serve, and what referrals you're looking for, and a special offer for members. So you do a special deal for members. Now, there's a little bit more involved in that that I'm working on, and this is open to members as well. But for example, if I click on this video here,
Has Fred frozen?
Am I okay?
Yeah, yeah. You went
Back again?
quiet.
There's no audio.
Lost in
of the
space.
video.
Can you hear me?
We hear you, but not the video.
Okay, okay. I didn't realize that. Oh, because I've got a different audio connection and I'm not listening to the computer screen. Sorry, guys. But so that was a waste of time, but good lessons learned there. But basically, it's a promotional video talking about me, what I do, and encouraging people to avail of my services. And there's a special offer at the end of the video as well, only available to members within the community. Now, there's two ways of offering something like that. One is that you can offer a discount to somebody, or you can offer a commission or a referral fee, whatever you want to call it. And if you do that and somebody refers something to you, you can expand that out by, for example, saying if somebody referred somebody to me, I could say, well, who do you want to receive the discount? Do you want the person you're referring, or would you prefer that I give you some kind of recompense for that? So, but that's up to your offer. So you can package that any way you wish, right? So that's just part of what I'm doing. And that's all of this has happened. When did we start? 1st of January. So probably 9 weeks. Okay. So it's evolving as time progresses, and it will evolve even more over the next couple of months. So hopefully that gives you enough reason for staying with us and continuing to be a member, or to become a member if you're not already a member. And with that, what I'd like to do is now go around the room, and I'll just take myself off screen. I'll put myself back on screen, sorry. I'll just leave that screen up for a second and I'll do that. But if we can go around the room and have everybody introduce themselves, tell us, you know, what you do, what kind of services, who you are, who you serve, and what your ideal referral partner might be. So Ray, would you like to go first? That's okay. Can you hear me, Ray?
You're on mute, Ray.
Yep. Ray, you're still on mute. Oh, good. Gotcha.
Okay.
You're on mute again.
Hello, Ray.
On mute again.
There you go. You're good.
There we are. We're just so quick ahead of the time over here in New Zealand. We're 2 hours ahead of you guys. Okay. Anyway, here we go. So Ray Treadaway is my name, from raytreadaway.com. I'm a promoter for New Skin Enterprises. And as a promoter for New Skin Enterprises, I sell the LumiSpa deep cleansing device, and it costs $437 retail, okay, including shipping. Now, the people who buy my LumiSpa are men and women. You know, guys have skin as well, who love to cleanse their face in the shower and take pride in their appearance and are proud of themselves. An ideal referral is anyone who has got skin and really wants to look good. Okay.
Thanks, Ray. The other thing I'd encourage everybody to do is to put the contact details in the chat. So, and this is up, and you know, if you want to promote your business in the chat, that's fine, because it's all about abundance and, you know, sharing your contact and helping other people get referrals as well. So just please put your contact details in the chat so people can make contact. Lucia, would you like to go next?
Yes. Hi, everyone. So Lucia Cardamone, and I'm a sales director with Nutrimetics International. So Nutrimetics is a skincare, cosmetics, eco-friendly cleaning products, body care, men's toiletries, and well-being products. A company that's been in Australia for a good 54 years. And so I sell all of those products, but I primarily offer the business opportunity for people to be involved in network marketing, indirect selling, in party plan, whichever part of that people want to be involved in. And I particularly love helping women, particularly, and men who are not all over the social media thing and who may be, you know, in their 60s like me, and who would love to learn how to maximize technology and social media to grow their business, working from home. So I've been really enjoying doing that the last couple of years, particularly when we were forced into doing that through COVID. And so we've been able to take a party plan company into the network marketing arena, and so I'm working in both of those areas, and I love teaching people how to do that, particularly people who are a lot younger than me, how to do all of that. So that's me. Lovely to meet you.
Thanks, Chair. Faith, would you like to go next?
Yes, it'll be good. Hi, everyone. My name is Faith Eason. My business is Focal Safety Management. I am a safety enhancement specialist. I work with businesses, small businesses, that is from a micro business, right up to a business that might have up to 60 employees. And what I do, my main product really is working with the management team, and I customize the safety management systems so that it mitigates risk within the business. I also work with, as I said, micro business, so tradespeople who require, you know, their paperwork, such as safe work method statements, etc., where they get contracts or tenders. So I help them with all that documentation. In terms of the safety system, I work with them for over duration of maybe 4 to 5 months, and the starting cost for that is $10,000. I'm also a return to work coordinator. I'm an auditor, and I'm a trainer as well. So I do those services as well. So go safe with Faith.
Love it, Faith. Thank you. Sohan.
Hey, mate. Thanks a lot, Fred, for having me here. And thanks, everybody. Pleasure to meet you guys. My name is Sohan. I'm based out of Melbourne. You know, my queen and I will work with business owners and forward-thinking entrepreneurs. Typically, these entrepreneurs and business owners, they try and go and create videos online, and then they suck at it, and then they give up because they have a story in their head because it doesn't work, until they meet us. And then they end up 10xing their businesses. At the least, they end up doubling their revenue from the previous year by creating videos that actually sell and convert on social media, right? So that's what we do. You know, if you guys are, well, typically, if you know any business owner or entrepreneur that is at least generating $250,000 and above per year, that's someone you want to definitely direct towards our challenge. It's a great place to be. 5 days of triage. They create all their marketing videos in 5 days with strategy, 100% proven, trial tested and perfected. And they have a lot of fun, and warning, their life will change. So I put the link in there. It's called makemorevideoschallenge.com. Check it out. There's great stuff on there, and it's a lot of fun. Just get ready to have fun. That's what it is. Thanks, mate. Thanks, Fred.
No worries. Appreciate it. Thanks, mate. David?
Hi, everyone. Looks like there's quite a few Melbourneites there. I live here in Neutral Bay. I'm also a regular in Melbourne because I have a large social group in Melbourne as well as in Sydney. Just for example, in Melbourne this month, I'll have a regular Drinks and Nibbles night, which is held at the Amora. We usually have around 30 to 45 number of people coming along. And I also have history walks and art gallery walks throughout Melbourne. I'll provide a link for that as well. Plus, I do exactly the same here in Sydney. What else do I do? I'm an author of books. I've written over about 60 plus books. I don't know the exact number, but I've got around 40 plus books on Amazon, which are mostly on Amazon Kindle. And I've usually been able to write books anywhere from about 1 week to a weekend to be able to produce. I write everything from non-fiction through to fiction. So just about every genre that you can think of, right through to science fiction. And currently I'm working on some political thrillers at the moment. After all, we do pay taxes to Canberra, so I feel it's good that they give me some good stories in return. I also produce online courses, which I post on Thinkific. I have an emerging number of courses online from self-publishing through to running events, and I've got more courses coming up in that area. Plus, I've also got an emerging new YouTube channel as well. I have thousands of followers around the world, so I'm kept a little bit busy. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with business, and yeah, that's a part of my life. So there you go, and it's lovely to be back in Communicado with everyone from the Melbourne area. That's wonderful. Yay.
Yeah, it's certainly been a while since we've caught up, David. So it's really good to see your face again. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
I guess it's my turn. So
Yeah, your turn.
most of you know me. I'm Fred Gillen. I run a digital agency from my home office in Melbourne, and I help small businesses with anything to do with marketing online, from creating their websites or optimizing their websites to setting up email campaigns or Instagram Messenger or Facebook Messenger campaign. So any of the tech stuff, I'm the guy. I'm the guy that gets rid of your tech stress. So I do the tech stuff at the back end. But more recently, as you're aware, I've launched this passion project of mine at the moment. And I'm running with the community networking at all guns blazing. And it's not a matter of will it work? It's going to work, and it's a matter of when, you know. So that's the whole idea. And hence the reason for committing to 2 more meetings a week. And I'm not stopping there, because if we need more meetings at different time zones, then that will happen too. The ultimate aim is that we build this into not just a virtual network, but that we have community network meetings as well, where bands of people get together under the banner of Community Networking Project. So that's the ultimate aim, probably in 12 months or thereabouts. But initially, it's to get the virtual networking meetings happening. So that's me. If anybody's got any questions for anybody in the group, I'd just invite you to take the stage.
Fred, are you able to do Messenger? I'm pretty sure you say yes to that, but Messenger bot setups for Facebook for the ads?
When you say for the ads, how do you mean for the ads?
As in cold leads coming through the ads, to be able to communicate with them and talk to them through Facebook? Would that
Yes.
be?
Yeah. Once, because the ads just lead straight into Messenger. You know, and then whether it's ManyChat or whatever platform you're using, just runs the ads. Yeah.
So currently we just paused the campaign for a brief period, just literally recently. But the ads actually go to our funnel at the moment. And because obviously they're the guys are going to go and they register for the challenge, etc. So that's what happens. But we've just recently introduced a little gift that we give right up front. So I was wondering if we could integrate that once they go through the funnel, and the moment they drop that in from there, as opposed to the ads going to the messenger directly, still continuing that workflow, but having ManyChat talk to them at the time of when instead of sending them an email, I'd rather just have them receive that in their inbox on their phone, which is better than anything else.
Yeah, 100%. Because there's a couple of ways you could do that. You can have just a link on your website that says, communicate with us through Messenger, or communicate us through email, so people get that choice. Or texting, for example. You've got the 3 means, and it's better to give to people what they want. So if somebody wants to receive info by text, which is a good way of doing it, then give them text. If they want to do it in Messenger, give them Messenger. If they want to do it in email, give them Messenger, give them email. So, and you could set that up with just a basic URL that kicks off the bot, and then it starts your conversation with them. Yeah, so no issue with that.
Perfect. Yeah, that just gives me an idea, so we can actually have them, because normally what we do is we let them know that the email is going to drop into their inbox. They need to check, but if they didn't want to waste their time waiting for the email and having to check that, they can just click the video below and watch the sales video as is on the page, which is great. So it really fast tracks that for them. But I think we can also drop in the option of saying, or here you go, just click here to receive it in your DM, in your Facebook DMs. Boom. And that way, like you said, we can hyperlink it to a URL, which kicks off the bot, and then bada bing, bada boom, and Bob's your uncle.
So have we got anybody else with any more questions? Thanks for that, Simon.
I suppose I found David's quite interesting as to what you do, David. And I was just wondering, because you were saying that you also work in Sydney as well as Melbourne. So how do you get your clients like in Sydney and Melbourne? How do you do that?
Running events. That's the whole thing. I'm actually launching a range of courses on how to actually run events, because if you run events, you can attract lots and lots of customers to you, either as lead generation, either as ways of proposing what you're doing, and it also gives you the social visibility that gives you the credibility of what you're doing. I mean, it's quite often the case that even running social events as I do, people come up to me and say, oh, have you got a book about this? Or they might say, what else do you do? So that's the beauty of running events, is people come to you rather than you knocking on their door.
Oh,
And that's the big thing. So if you run something in your own local area, you can generally generate quite a lot. And usually you need to think of the bigger picture. If you're thinking of the bigger picture of something outside of your niche, then you'll attract a wider circle of friends and a wider circle of people. So try to think a bit bigger than just the area that you're servicing in. And that's what I suggest could be a potential way for you to go.
yeah, and I found it interesting, like in terms of Amazon, and you're saying you write different books, and
Yeah.
you know, it's not like you got one genre. It's like you've got so many avenues. You know, fiction, non-fiction, and now you're doing science. Science. What science? Is there science one as well? Well.
Oh, well, science fiction, yeah, because see, look, I consume a lot of television and a lot of movies. So, and I also love harvesting plots and also working out my own plots or plot twists. So I find it really fun to do. Yes, I do write business books and non-fiction material, but where I have a lot of fun is writing material which is fiction, so that you can entertain people and give people a story or an escape for the day.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I feel that if people read a book for an hour and, you know, they're having a bit of entertainment, it gives them a chance to forget their world for a moment.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
You've got to unmute, right? You got your finger up?
Having a muty night, okay. Yeah. Hey David, just looking at your post there, Meetup. Now Meetup's a worldwide organisation, is that correct?
That's right. But if you want to start your own Meetup group, you still pay for it just like you pay for a website in your local, for whatever you design it to be. And essentially, you can create either a business group or a social group. Usually it will be a bit of a combination.
Yeah, I was in one a few years back. There was not quite baby boomers, but they were into rock and roll dancing and stuff, you know. And in Auckland, and it just, I hadn't heard of it until today, you know, for a while, you know.
Well, that's right. Look, I do have one course I've got uploaded at the moment in how to run social business networking events, and that's on my davidnewtonevents.com website, which there'll be more and more material, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
How many domains have you got, David?
Sorry?
How many domain names have you got?
Too many to mention at the moment. Look, you don't want me to hog your day.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to steal thunder from the great one. So
yeah, I've got quite a few myself. So
I'm only but a humble man.
I've actually got a unique one, because one of the things that, you know, in SEO and social and online marketing, everybody and their dog promotes to get you on page 1 of Google, and they guarantee it.
Oh,
well,
yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Well, I actually can guarantee it, right? Because I own the domain name page1ofgoogle.com.
Oh, lovely, lovely.
So I could put you on page 1 of google.com at an instant.
That's
right?
so good.
I like it. I like it.
So
It's out of the
so
box.
if anybody wants to check it out, it's page 1 of Google with the digit 1, page1ofgoogle.com. So,
It's a bit like my running joke is, I've always wanted to be a travel agent. Why? Because I'd be paid to tell people where to get off.
that's not a tram conductor, was it?
Everyone's got to have a running gag.
But one of the things I want to do in the meetings as well, and this is like the format of these meetings are not set in concrete yet, as you can tell.
Yeah.
But what I want to do is I want to actually have a speaker spot, but they will, it won't be just come on and give an extra spiel about yourself. They'll be aware that they're going to do that, so they'll be prepared. The other thing I'm looking at doing is having hot seats, so that we can have somebody come in and actually have an issue resolved in the meeting. And again, they would be prepared and open to do that. So it wouldn't be that we're putting somebody in the hot seat. They go in the hot seat because they've got an issue that they want advice on, and we can resolve it. And I also want to have an information slot so we can give a general hint and tip to local businesses. Now, one of the things, and I'm not sure how many people are aware of it, but one of the issues you've got when you want to write something is coming up with a topic or something to write about when you do it. And one of the tools that I use a lot, it's a free website, and it's called Answer the Public. Right. So I'm not sure if people are aware of that or if they've heard about it.
Yep. It's a great website.
Yeah, but where have we got it?
But I use Google Trends a lot more actually than that one, funnily enough.
Yeah, likewise. But yeah, so the benefit is it drops down. I'll bring it up on the screen if I can get my mouse to work. I've lost my mouse. I got it back. Okay, so I've just typed in marketing, for example. We'll get rid of that. Just taken up half the screen. And you can see that what it does is it brings up a list of different options. So you've got why, who, where, how, what, will, which, are, and all of these then drive out into further comments that you can click on and get more information on. So it's whoops, where did that go? It's still loading. It must be just slow because we're on the net. It's actually gone to Google, so they've gone off the site. They've changed it back. So, but if you look at even this group of answers or questions or topics headlines, it's certainly going to give you a lot of things to think about, to write about. So, the benefit here, I'm not sure how many is there, but there's probably 50 topics there that you can actually highlight. And you can type in any word. In the center here, I've actually typed in marketing, but you could type in, business networking or referral partners or whatever your topic is that you want to write on. If it's, workplace safety, you could type in and then get topics on that and write an article on that and add that to your blog post. So there's lots of options there to come up with ideas for articles or writing stuff. So if anybody else has any other utilities or websites that they can offer, what I'd like to do is get you to put those in the chat, and I'll add them as a list within the vault so that members can actually get those. Right. So we share the knowledge among everybody else that's invited in. So.
Thank you.
What is there any ideas about what you can use for images, like when you're going to do blog posts? Has anybody got good ideas?
As you mean acquiring images?
Yeah, yes, acquiring images.
Canva has a lot of them. Canva has quite a lot. I've got the Pro membership on Canva, but I also use CanStock because I use CanStock video. And there's another one that I use also.
There's Pixel Bay, there's one.
Yeah, I use Clipstock as well. So there's a few different ones there. There's quite a choice there that you can use. CanStock's pretty good because they do have a very wide range.
Okay, thanks.
Just grab this and drop it in the chat. Gee, my internet's dead slow.
It probably hasn't been fed.
It's bloody NBN, man. NBN.
Are you in Frankston?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably the answer to it.
Okay, David. All right. That's not nice. That is uncalled for.
I've got Relly's there, so
that is uncalled, mate. It's the best beach in Melbourne, so I don't know what you're complaining about.
True. Yes.
Blame it on the storms, mate. Blame it on the weather.
We got somebody coming in late, so but we'll invite him in. It's Paul. So.
Just blame it on geoengineering. That's good.
Hey, Paul, you're a little bit late, but the opportunity is here to introduce yourself if you want to. You in your gym. Can you hear us, Paul?
I think he must be still setting himself up. He's still getting in.
He's getting his microphone sorted. By the way, did you guys know about the little hack while Paul's getting in? Did you guys know about the hack of Zoom where you can temporarily unmute your mics by just pressing and holding down the space bar when you're on Zoom on your computer? Yeah, that's a really handy thing.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Not sure. He does. Just said his audio was connecting. No, he's gone. No, he's back. Hands up. You got your hand up, Paul. Can you hear us? Maybe not. Audio's not working.
There's a light behind him. Does that mean it's angelic or?
It keeps popping up and saying he's connecting the audio.
He's saying goodbye. Come back.
Come back. Stay with us. Stay with us.
I'll have a chat offline and see. We'll talk to him later. So can I just get first impressions, guys, because of what tonight was about? It's a little bit all over the place a little bit, but and I suppose primarily I'm looking for what would make a virtual networking meeting different, right? Then because there's lots of them. BNI have them, Fresh have them.
I think you need to also decide upon the maximum number of people on them so that everyone does get a chance to talk. I've run meetings with my social groups, obviously during the lockdowns between both capitals, and I've had up to 40 people at a time. It gets a little bit, although I do very much try to get everyone to talk. But if you're running a business meeting, you do need to work on a cap for the numbers and maybe even working out what's going to be possible, even if you're struggling for numbers. And you also need to work out what you're going to do, get everyone to at least say, like you said before, some chance to speak. They're the types of things you need to do. I do think it's a good idea that you're wanting to do, maybe have a member spot. That works quite well. But you do have to run it to a time schedule. There's no question about that. You need to be almost fanatical about time.
Yeah, I suppose like when it's like this, it's pretty easy. But like you said, if we had 4 more people in, then we'd be running tight on time. So it'd be
very quickly, because you also have to have clear objectives as to what the meeting is, when it starts, when it finishes. And this is what I do with my events. I have everything meticulously worked out. I've even got books on the topic, of course. But you do need to be very clear. Surprise. Finish time. Yeah. So
the other thing I'm looking at doing again when we get to that numbers where it's too many to go around the room and introduce, because I don't want it just to be an introduction session. Sure. Whereas you get 16 people, you go around the room and then the hour's gone, right? We've got to have the information. So what I would be looking at doing when we get to that level would be having basically speed dating. So we would go into private rooms with smaller groups for a short period of time and then come back into the main room for the education portion or the spotlight or the hot seat, whatever that might be. So that's my thought patterns at the moment, and we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, or you could even delegate maybe another person to run another meeting at a slightly different time on the same night. That could possibly work as well.
Are you putting your hand up, David?
I could do one of them. Yeah. Look, it's things like that where you need to spread it out a little bit, so that way you've got the timing, and it gives everyone. If everyone gets a chance to say something, they'll be happy. They'll walk away feeling, oh, that was so good.
Yeah,
that's what you want them to feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fred. I'm in a couple of other groups as well, and one of them can get anywhere between 8 to 20, maybe 30, and they have time to do everything straight across the screen without having to go in to breakout rooms. And in fact, there's 2 like that. And the other challenge when it does get big or bigger, you're going to have breakout rooms, and then you can't get in touch with everybody. They're like you feel as though you're a little bit out on a limb. You're only dealing then with the half a dozen people that you manage to get in 2 or 3 breakout rooms. So as what David said about limiting the size of the group, also puts a growth restriction on, and how big the group can grow, So you either have to have more chapters like B&I type of thing, and that. So it's a catch-22 situation,
Yeah, but
but
that falls
worry,
into
I think the sort of thing you worry about when it happens.
absolutely, and
Can't
that's
worry
why I'm
about it.
throwing it out there. Yeah.
You can't worry about it now. And that reminds me of a quote I just saw in a book last night. It was, "The time to do your worrying is before you spin the wheel."
Yeah, that's a good line. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, so true, so true.
That's good. Mm.
After you've spun the wheel, it's in motion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
And that's where you got to go for it, come hell or high water.
Yeah. Yeah. Well said.
Yeah.
I had a quick question.
Yep.
It's to do with my my YouTube. I've been developing YouTube videos for my online training, and my playlist has disappeared. How do I get it up again?
What's that? What has disappeared?
My playlist with all my videos has disappeared.
But are the videos still there?
They're not there.
So when you
they're
go,
not there. Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, the
Have
whole
you-
playlist. They said I've got no playlists, and I've had probably nearly 100 videos on there.
Oh my gosh.
But-
Have you contacted YouTube about it, or?
I've been trying to get their number, so how to contact them, because they just got community forums and that sort of thing, and I wanted to do the one-to-one with them. So
I mean, I'm just trying to clarify, Fate, but there's a difference between a playlist and just your repository of videos.
so my
Right.
library.
So if you
So my
if you
videos-
go into your channel, just directly into your channel or into YouTube Studio, can you see your videos in there?
That's where they're missing. It just
Oh,
says
wow.
I've got no playlist. I developed a video today, and this way it said to me, "You got no playlist," and I'm saying, "I've got a playlist. I've got a number of playlists." So when I went into my video channel, I looked both in my channel as well as my studio, and
Wow.
there's nothing in the library, all gone.
You haven't got 2 Gmail accounts, have you?
I got one.
Okay, just wondering if you'd logged into a different Gmail account. That was all.
No.
So as long as the channel name, and what happens if you go to the channel in the Cognito window as a viewer? Can you see anything? Like if you go to your YouTube channel, or if you've got a link that you shared with somebody previously to a video, can you
Yes,
get to one of
yes.
those?
I went directly into I went on Google and just sort of typed in my name. So the other videos that I published that are on I can watch. They come up on YouTube, but the unlisted ones actually don't, and that's about 85 of them.
Wow.
Mm.
That's a bit worrying. Was the Google, was the YouTube account based upon an email created in Gmail itself, or was it based upon maybe say your website email? How was it?
Gmail.
It was a Gmail one. Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
So it's just your unlisted videos that you can't see.
Yeah, but then even the ones that I have published, they're not like when you come up, because normally when you come up into your YouTube page, you still have the unpublished ones usually at the top. Sorry, the published ones on the top, and then you go into library and you got the rest down.
Yeah,
So
the ones that
all
the
that's
ones that are in
clean.
draft are still
Yeah.
sitting there. Yep.
So all of that is gone. All.
Well, that's very worrying.
It is to say like what's happened. So I've been trying to contact them, and Yeah. So I
Have
don't
you-
know with,
Have you if you I don't know, time we've only got 6 minutes to go, so it's probably not a good time to do it now, but it would be worth just screen sharing and showing what you're seeing so that we could check and see whether there's a filter that you're not clicking on yet to be able to see it. And also I would go on Dr. YouTube to see how to retrieve that. And
Yeah,
do a YouTube search and find a
What-
video.
But
Yeah,
what
I
you're
think
saying, Sohan, is probably correct. I think that you've just
The filter.
inadvertently applied a filter.
Yeah, I suspect that
Right.
too. Because I've had that happen vaguely to me as well ages ago, but that was just a filter
A
in your
filter, okay.
back.
So
yeah.
it sounds like you're just filtering to view public
Yeah.
public
See your
videos.
route.
okay.
Yep.
I'll take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I
Yep.
just thought it was good to mention so that if something came up and it happened to somebody else, and maybe there's some other way they could, could stop that happening to them. So
Yeah, but I think what Zohan is saying is probably correct, that you've inadvertently applied a filter just to display public available videos. So just have a look and see if that's the case.
yeah.
That was an
guys,
impromptu
I'm gonna
hot seat,
go.
guys. That was good.
Mhm.
Hey,
Okay.
a good night and good to catch up with the Sohan. And in the mean, guys, take care, keep warm.
Yeah, don't forget to save the chat if you want to communicate with people.
Yeah,
Just-
got it all saved and done, so I can catch up on all the lies. No problem at all.
Good to
Okay.
see you, mate. Take care, brother.
Okay.
See you later.
we
Have a good
appreciate
one.
everybody
See you,
tuning
Ray.
up. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fred. We'll see you later, mate. We'll catch up soon. Have a
Yeah,
chat.
sure. Talk to you soon.
Nice to meet you, David. Nice to meet you,
Nice to
Faith. We'll
meet you
catch you
too.
guys later.
Nice to meet you too.
Yeah,
Nice
Faith.
to meet you, David.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Faith. And good to see you again, Fred.
Yeah, you too, David. I'll probably come along to the next meetup when you're down in Melbourne.
Yeah, well, thanks. It'd be great to see you. Come along as my guest.
When's the next one?
On the Friday, the 25th at the Amora.
When is that? The Amora Hotel in Richmond?
That's the one, the Riverwalk. Yeah,
Yeah, just right at the river. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. So
Yep.
I've been using that venue for nearly a decade. So
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just flick me the details and I'll come along for sure.
yeah, if you have a look at the
Are they in the chat?
yeah, it's in the chat. If you
Ah,
look-
cool. Yeah, no, this has been recorded, so I've saved the
Oh,
chats
good,
anyway.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. That's tremendous.
All
Okay.
right.
Look forward to seeing you again very soon.
No problem. Take care. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye.
So thanks for the invite, Fred. Thank you so much.
No problem. And if you've got any, like if you wanted to jump on a quick call to have a look at your YouTube tomorrow sometime, sing out and I'll help you there if I can.
Yeah. Okay.